All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to be taking a look at something that's pretty crucial these days for connecting with your audience.
Yeah.
We're talking about multimedia and the power it really has to transform your brand. And I think most people listening probably are already encountering multimedia all the time, every single day. But today we really want to kind of cut through all that noise and show you how to integrate multimedia into your brand and really what that means for forging a stronger connection and a more effective connection with your audience.
Absolutely. So when we talk about multimedia, think about it as a strategic combination of different content formats.
Yeah.
We've got text, images, audio, video, animations, all kind of coming together to deliver, a unified and engaging experience. So think about those social media videos that really grab your attention, or maybe some interactive elements that you see on a website.
Right, yeah. And it's not just about throwing a bunch of different things together. It's really about this deliberate kind of weave and creating something that's even more impactful than all the individual pieces by themselves.
Exactly.
And I think the idea here is that if you can move beyond just like static posts and you can create something that's more dynamic, that can really fundamentally change how your brand communicates and how it resonates with people.
Static content really falls short a lot of times.
Right.
So multimedia really allows you to tell, a richer, more layered brand story.
Yeah.
And that just naturally draws people in because you're giving them more. All right.
Okay, so let's think about it this way. Imagine you're scrolling through your feed and you see two different posts that are about the same product. One of them is just a picture with some text underneath it. And then the other one is a short video showcasing how to use the product. Maybe they've got some upbeat music playing in the background. And then they've got this nice, clear voiceover happening that's highlighting, all the benefits.
With multimedia, you're engaging multiple senses at the same time.
Yeah.
So with that video example, it's not just visual, but the audio, the movement.
Right.
You're creating a more immersive experience, and that leads to greater recall.
Yeah.
And a stronger initial connection than a static image can typically, deliver.
For sure, yeah.
And, studies actually show that there's a significant difference in terms of information retention when it comes to video.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Versus static content.
Okay, and it's not just about grabbing attention initially, is it?
Yeah, no, definitely not.
It's about building something deeper, like an emotional connection. What about a brand using a video to show how their product solves a real-life problem that somebody like you or me is having? You can actually see that scenario playing out. You can see the product in action. And I think that starts to build trust.
Absolutely.
It makes the brand feel more human.
Right. And that's such an important point, this idea of humanizing your brand. Multimedia allows you to do that in a way that, just text or static images just can't really compete with.
Yeah.
By telling stories, by evoking emotions, by using all these different formats, you're creating this sense of shared experience with your audience.
Right.
And that's so crucial if you want to build lasting loyalty and have people really connect with your brand on a deeper level.
And so I think at this point, some people might be thinking, okay, this sounds like it's really effective, but this is probably only for like huge companies, right?
Right.
That have these giant budgets. But I think that's definitely not true at all. You don't need a massive production studio in order to start using multimedia.
Yeah. Creating engaging multimedia doesn't have to require a huge outlay of money.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be this super complicated process. So, you can start with simple things like short videos for your social media, incorporating some, really visually appealing graphics into your posts. You can even add audio elements.
Right.
Even those initial steps, just starting small can make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Really increase engagement and help you connect with your audience more authentically.
Exactly. And so I think the key takeaway here is that multimedia is like this really potent communication tool. It's not just some kind of flashy add-on. It's like a fundamental way to really differentiate your brand and make a lasting impact in today's world.
And this really aligns with what modern audiences expect.
Right.
And it really does help foster stronger connections through, richer storytelling and that emotional resonance that we talked about.
For sure. So now I want you to think about this. What's one simple way that you can integrate multimedia into your current efforts with your brand? What's one story that you can start to tell? And what kind of difference could that make in how your audience connects with you?
Yep.
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time.